Good morning, friends. I am Ausre sir. I am teaching economics in Sadhguru Karge Maharaj College, Karan. In my last lecture, we started about types of utility. Here, in this lecture, I am going to explain all these 6 points one by one. Now, first point, when you are going to see about the types of utility, the first type that is about the form utility. Form utility. Some important points. With the help of these points, you can write the answer. Form utility. Utility created change, shape, change, shape and structure of existing material. Now see, form utility means utility created by the change in shape and structure of existing material. See, for example, I can give you an example that is about the one wooden material. You can make toys with the help of wooden material. For example, clay is there. Clay or mud is there. You can create example just like a Ganpati. Now you observe about all these things. Mud is there. You are going to form one shape of one that is idol, Ganpati, God idol there. Clay or mud or wooden or material. With the help of wooden material, you can make toys. See, utility created with that is change. Making change in shape and structure of existing material. So mud is there, you can see mud is there, you cannot use that mud. But when you are going to give some kind of shape, then it may transfer to the, just like you can make any kind of structure. That is for example Ganpati, you made with the help of clay or mud, that is about the shape of Ganpati. Or with the wooden material, you can make toys. As an example, I will show you. Suppose this is a wooden block is there. With the help of this, you can make toys. You can make some kind of structure. You can cut here and you can make use of this wood for any material. So it is called as a form utility. Type number 1, that is about the form utility. Now type number 2, that is about the place utility. What do you mean by place utility? Here, point number 2, that is about the place utility. Now you know the meaning of place. What do you mean by place? The place utility, that is belongs to the place. It's very important. Some important points are there. For example, utility again, that is commodity increases again change and place. Change and place is about. Now see, when utility of commodity increases due to the change in its place, it is called as a place utility. For example, suppose I will give example like just like woolen cloth, or you can see about again umbrella. See, importance of woolen cloth is in winter season, not in summer season or any other season. So when you are going to use about the woolen cloth, definitely at the time of cold, you are going to use about the woolen cloth. Or it is also called woolen cloths have more utility or cold at the time of where it is very cold. For example, if woolen cloths are there, you are not going to use that woolen cloth in Rajasthan. Definitely you are going to use woolen cloths in Kashmir. So these woolen cloths have utility at the cold places rather than hot places. Again, see example of umbrella. When there is some kind of rain is there, or the reason where you can see almost for every for every month there is some kind of rain is there. The people they are going to use umbrella. So it has got utility where the rain is there. Woolen cloths have utility where cold is there at the time of winter. So it is called as a place utility. Again, and what is important? It is important for you to understand that transport creates place utility. This word is very important. Transport creates place utility. This sentence is very important. Transport creates place utility. For example, suppose if there is demand for woolen cloths and if woolen cloths are not available. So what is important? The person or the shopkeeper who is in Kashmir, he has some kind of demand. He is going to ask about the woolen cloths, and at that time transport, with the help of transport, all the woolen cloths will reach there in Kashmir, and that time shopkeeper will sell that woolen cloths or sweaters. But if transport is not available, here there is some kind of problem for place utility. So it is important that transport is very important when you are going to see about the place utility. Transport is very important conditions. For again, so I will give example about the medicine. If one patient requires some kind of medicine, medicines are not available. So with the help of transport, the patient can get that medicine. So transport creates place utility. If transport is absent, there is problem for place utility. So try to understand this condition. Transport creates place utility. It is called as a place utility. Now, point number 3, that is about the service utility. What do you mean by service utility? Point number 3, that is about the service utility. Now, what is important? You know the service. What do you mean by service? Service utility. Here, with the help of some points, we are going to discuss about this point. Arises when personal services are given by various professionals. Now see, service utility is going to arise when personal services are given by various professionals. I will explain this point with the help of some examples. For example, service given by a teacher, or service given by doctor, or service given by lawyer. Now see, what is important? Service when it arises when personal services are given by various professionals. What is important? Suppose now I am teaching in this college. So it is important for this college to give me payment. If payment is not there, it may problem that I will not teach there, or the teacher will not going to teach if payment is not given. Again, the same thing is about the doctor. If he is a doctor, if he is going to give such kind of service, it is important for that patient to give the fees of that doctor. If the patient is not going to give fees, definitely the doctor will not treat that patient. And again, the same condition about the lawyer. If a lawyer is there, if he is going to have some kind of case for you, it is important for you to give the fees of that lawyer. So service, when any person is going to give any kind of service, it is important that service must be paid according to this position, according to the demand of that person. Then only they can help you. So service utility, that is arises when personal services given by various professionals. These are the professionals: teachers, doctors, lawyers, professional persons. They are having some kind of service, they are going to give their service. So that service must be paid properly. Then only this type is going to take. That is about the service utility. Okay. Now point number 4, that is about the knowledge utility. What do you mean by knowledge utility? Point number 4, knowledge utility. Now this is the keyword. Now you computer age people, the students, they are living in computer age. Knowledge is very important. How you are going to use your knowledge, that thing definitely will understand what kind of success is there, whether you will achieve success. Knowledge is very important. So with the help of some points, we are going to discuss this point. Consumers acquires knowledge about a particular thing. Acquires knowledge about a particular product. For example, utility of mobile. I will give you example or utility of mobile or utility of computer, utility of car. See, with the help of these examples, I will explain all the points. Knowledge utility means consumers acquires knowledge about a particular product. This word is very important. Acquires knowledge. If you don't have any kind of knowledge, it is not possible for you to use that product. For example, with the help of this example, utility of a mobile phone. So, suppose this is a mobile phone. This mobile phone is there, but if I don't know how to use this mobile phone, then what is the use of this phone? I don't have knowledge how to use this mobile phone. So what is important for me? If I am going to use mobile phone, it is important that I must know all the functions which are available in this mobile. It's Android mobile, how to use all this, how to use YouTube, how you are going to send emails. Each and everything should be known by a person. Then only you can use this mobile. Of utility of mobile is there only when you have some kind of knowledge. If you don't have any kind of knowledge, then it's no use of mobile. The same thing is about the computer. You can purchase computer of 40,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupee, or you can take computer. But if you don't know about how to use computer, how many functions are there, how you are going to run the computer, how you are going to switch off the computer, how many keys are there, how you can send emails, other things. If you don't know all these things, then what is use of that computer? So it is important that thing which you are going to use, you must have the knowledge how to use that thing. If you don't use all these things, then it is not possible for you to use that thing. So knowledge is very important. Same thing is about the car. You can purchase car, but if you don't know how to run the car, how to drive the car, then what is use of that car? So knowledge is very important. If you don't have a proper knowledge is very important. If you have less knowledge about how to drive the car, it may possible that there is some chance of accident. So knowledge is very important. Perfect knowledge is very important. Then only you can use the car. So here knowledge plays very important. It is called as a knowledge utility. Point number 4. Okay. Now point number 5, that is about the possession utility. Point number 5, that is about the possession utility. Possession utility. This is second last point of these types of utility. Possession utility. Possession means you must have that thing. Possession. Possession utility is also very important. It has got some kind of here. See, for number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, we complete about all these points here. But here, possession utility is the second last, or you can say that second last point of these types of utility. Here, what you are going to observe? Here, ownership of goods. Ownership of goods is transferred from one person to another. Transferred from one person to another. One person to another. See, example. I will give example of Apple. Suppose first I understand ownership of goods is transferred from one person to another. Now I will give example. Suppose See here apple. I have bring apple to show you that from yesterday I purchase, I take these apples from shopkeeper from market. So now I paid for this apples, 1 kilogram of apples. Now this ownership of goods is transferred. The shopkeeper, he has given me this apple from one person to another, from that shopkeeper to myself. Or for this I have paid almost 80 to 90 rupees per kilogram. So now ownership is transferred towards me. Now this apple belongs to me. Thus it is very important that ownership of goods is transferred from one person to another. I purchased it from market and now I am going to use this apple. It is called as a possession utility. Now I am the owner. A full right is there to use this apple. So it is called as a ownership of goods transferred from one person to another. It is called as a possession utility. Okay, when you buy something, definitely that ownership belongs to you. So when you are going to pay something, it is important that that ownership should be transferred towards you, one person to another. Okay, so when we go there in market, suppose if you want 5 rupees pen, you just go there, you give 5 rupees to that shopkeeper and shopkeeper will give you pen for 5 rupees. So ownership is going to transfer from one person to another. It is called as a possession utility. Okay, now point number 6, that is about this point is also very important. It is called as a time utility. Last point of this type, time utility. Point number 6, that is about the time utility. With the help of some points, we are going to discuss all these points. Utility of the commodity increases with a change. Increases with a change. With a change in its time of utilization. In its time of utilization. Now see, I will give you example and then I will discuss all these points. For example, here textbook for a student. One example. Second example, that is about the goods stored at time scarcity. See, last point, that is about the time utility. Utility of the commodity increases with a change in its time of utilization. See, this word is very important. With a change, these words are very important in its time of utilization. For example, I will give example. Suppose a student who is studying in 12th standard. Now what is important for that student? He is going to use the textbook. Textbook is very important for that student when he is going to learn something from that book. So for example, he is in 12th standard. It is important for that person to use the textbook which is there for 12th standard. So once he after completed our text examination, it is not useful for that student. So even it is not for, suppose he is in 12th standard, it is not important for that person to use the book which is available for 11th standard. So for student, it is very important to use that thing. During examination, textbook is very important. So with the help of this textbook, the student, they can study and they can give the exam. So textbook is very important for a student at the time of the examination. Okay. Again, goods stored at a time of scarcity. Suppose we are going to use some goods and at the time of scarcity we are going to use that goods. Even here time is very important. Now see here one point is there. You can see that about the black marketing is there. How this concept is very important. Black marketing. Some people, some traders, they do this condition, black marketing. For example, suppose they purchase the goods from the farmers at low cost, and when time is there, they are going to use that goods for higher price, black marketing. It is very important, time utility. This concept is very different, but see how the black market is going to take place because of time utility. these conditions are very important. So I explained all the points one by one. First I explained about the form utility, second I explained about the place utility, third is about the service utility, point number 4 that is about the knowledge utility, point number 5 that is about the position utility, and point number 6 that is about the time utility. I hope you will understand all these points. And in my next lecture, I am going to complete about the concept of utility. What do you mean by utility concept? For example, what do you mean by total utility? What do you mean by marginal utility? And even in next lecture, we are going to see the relationship between total utility and marginal utility. I hope you will understand all these points. So, thank you very much.